Hi and welcome to Thriver TV, the place to break free from narcissistic abuse with quantum tools and understandings. Today's Thriver TV episode is something that people ask about a lot, and it's about narcissists and financial abuse. And it is really common to suffer financial abuse at the hands of a narcissist. And the reason is because narcissists come from a very insecure inner landscape where they feel that I have to try to get more stuff in order to feel safe and to get significance and to have power and the upper hand in the world. And codependents, which are people that are trying to source love and approval and security from outside of themselves, rather than being a self-generative force of those commodities, are prime targets for emotional abuse and also financial abuse. So for the stereotypical codependent male, this sort of looks like, as his unconscious driver, if I give you more and I give you what you want, well then you will love me, you will approve of me, and this will secure a committed relationship, a durable relationship of longevity for me. And for this stereotypical codependent female, it goes like this: if I give you what you want and I prove my devotion to you, well then you will grant me survival and security and you will keep me safe in the world. So on the surface, you know, what codependents are doing with narcissists can look really honorable and it can look really loving, because we would assume that it's really quite normal to, you know, open our heart and our hearth and to include people into our lives and our finances and to want to share, and surely backing and supporting the people that we love is a really healthy thing to do. But when we go deeper into the subconscious understandings, we realize that there's something else that is actually playing out. And we understand that a quantum law reality is this: that if we're trying to ease our insecurities from outside of ourselves, what we will actually get is more evidence of the inner insecurities that we're not yet here, that we haven't yet healed. I want you to really understand that quantum law, because it is an absolute quantum law. So how it all plays out is that in this dangerous symbiotic relationship, this dangerous relationship of trade, is that the narcissist's driver is, if I can get you to pledge your allegiance to me yourself, give up your independence, and believe that you have to prove your devotion to me and hand yourself over, that assures me of a constant supply of more in order to try and fill up my false self, which in and of itself is a bottomless pit that can never be assuaged, can never be durably fulfilled ever. Now for the codependent, what we're playing out in these relationships is, if I can prove to you my worth and if you need me, well then I'm going to retain our connection, which means that I'm going to be able to get love, approval and security. And this is such a dangerous symbiotic relationship. And this is the exact formula of abuser and abused. That's the exact formula right there. It's very important to understand that emotional insecurities and unhealed patterns are deeply entwined with financial insecurities, and unhealed patterns. You actually can't separate the two. They all come under trying to outsource to get love, approval, security. It's all the same thing. So when we start leveling and we start up-leveling and we start healing, we understand that all of that wholeness on an emotional and a security level has got to be addressed. Because if it's not, we're going to play out huge losses emotionally and on financial levels. And often we have these huge losses before we clean up these inner programs. So for the codependent male, what he discovers, the stereotypical codependent male, he discovers that no matter what I give you and no matter how much I hand over, it's not earning me. I'm not getting your approval. I'm not getting your love. I'm not getting your commitment. You know, in stark contrast, the stereotypical female narcissist that he's hooked up with will give him anything other than that. Once the mask drops, he'll see it for real. So with the stereotypical codependent female, she discovers that no matter what I give you, this is not earning me safety, survival and security. And in fact, rather than be my rock, you're my hammer. And like the stereotypical codependent male, she realizes nothing I ever do is good enough to earn these things. It's never happening for me. So please understand that when I say stereotypical codependent male and female, they are stereotypes, but we can swap roles. And this can play out with same-sex relationships. It doesn't have to be gender-based at all. It's just allowing you to realize what codependence play out when we're with abusers. So there are losses that are going to be very, very likely no matter which way the codependent's playing it out. There's going to be emotional losses and there's going to be severe financial losses when we get with a narcissist. That's typical. That's just what happens. But we can understand that there can be a huge payoff for those losses. Huge, profound, and that is the gaining of our soul. This is the opportunity to heal those dire insecurities that have been tripping us up in every area of our life and not allowing us to be our highest and best and most expanded selves. Those fears of not being able to be a self-generative source of our own love, approval, and security. That has led us to be incredibly susceptible to symbiotic, dangerous relationships, of trade-offs that are not going to heal our fears, that are actually going to bring them to us in incredible technicolor, in ways that we can't miss it if we want to start waking up. And I've seen the people over the years that don't take the gift and don't take the lesson, and these people continue to be financially abused. They continue to suffer losses, devastating losses. They don't self-partner, they don't evolve themselves. They end up diminished emotionally and financially, and they are dissolving. They are not evolving. They're disintegrating. They're not integrating. So the people that do take the soul lesson, and there are so many within my Thriver community, and I'm one of them, what I have seen is that they heal those fears, those feelings of losses and devastation. They heal those fears of not being able to be a source to self. They stop holding the narcissist accountable for the state of their life, which was always precarious. And they start generating a feeling of inner security, which has actually got nothing to do with materialism. But what happens? They start generating life from a position of inspiration and flourishing and nourishing and gratitude and feeling safe in the world and safe in their own skin with themselves and their own body. And they start generating survival and security effortlessly and often expand into greater abundance and acceleration of finances than they ever had access to even before being abused, because they're on a true self and a true life trajectory where things work. So my absolute recommendation to you is do the work. Stop holding the narcissist accountable for your state. Start coming into your own body. Take the gift. Realize profoundly what's been playing out. Take the radical personal responsibility to understand that you were handing your power over in a trade-off. And once you heal those parts of yourself in resentment and loss and the ego identifications of, well, myself and my identity was based on this, this, and this, which it isn't. Once you heal all of that and you heal your original young fears, which weren't allowing you to be self-partnered as your own source of approval, love, and security, your life is going to take off in ways that you never believed it could. And it'll be unconditional. You don't need those things to happen to have your sense of self. You will be a solid self-loving sense of self and a self-generative sense of self. And then what that means is that you're going to show up in relationships, the relationship first of all with yourself, but the relationship with life and with other people, where you're a healthy adult in your own body. No longer are you going to be a wounded child posing as an adult, trying to force people and situations to be your parent. You're going to be a healthy co-partner instead of a wounded child. And that changes everything. So then what that means walking forward is you are going to approach financial matters as business deals, regardless of whether it's with a family member or a lover or a spouse or any person, a friend, any colleague. You will have it as a business deal that honors and protects all parties involved. And you will be way past being able to be shamed and guilted into feeling like you're selfish or you're materialistic or you're distrusting. You're not going to buy that anymore, because you know that healthy adults have the inherent right to honor their financial well-being as well as their emotional well-being. And you know that healthy adults take full responsibility for their own well-being and their own boundaries. Then knowing that life will reciprocate that because they've created that template. And healthy adults know that other healthy adults respect that orientation. They certainly don't have a problem with it. So you're not going to be manipulated anymore. You're not going to hand stuff over because of your own emotional gaps. And you are going to start generating a life that works from an emotional level and from a security survival level, from a financial level. So I hope that you can understand from this video that yes, you may have suffered awful losses, or you're about to, or it's inevitable that you're going to. But if you take the gift of your own evolution and resurrection through this, you will understand that the gift of your true self is priceless. And it was worth what you had to pay. Truly. So if you like my videos, I would love you to like and comment and subscribe to my channel. And if you haven't as yet accessed my free resources where you can learn how to heal and recover from all of the devastations of narcissistic abuse, including financial, and learn how to up level to become a self-generative force, I would love you to subscribe to my Get Started pack, and you can do that by clicking the button on this video. And if you want to take it to an even more profound level of your own evolution and up leveling, please join me in my next 3 Keys to Thriving After Narcissistic Abuse 3-hour teleclass, where you're going to learn all about the quantum tools and the quantum ways to up-level directly in your subconscious, your old limiting programs, in order to become your generative source of flourishing and nourishing and expansion and truth, where you are never going to have narcissistic abuse experiences again. So you can do that by clicking on the button that appears on this video as well. All right, so that's it for this episode and this video. So I would love you to keep smiling and keep healing and keep thriving, because there is nothing else to do. Lots of love. Bye-bye.